Oh yes, a pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. UMAR MUHAMMED, Calypsonian disciple. Well, you know, these days I've been making video regular. Let me say that we have a condition, a worldwide condition, a pandemic in which Trinidad and Tobago is deciding, or it's a controversy, to have carnival or not to have carnival. We know we cannot have the usual carnival, yeah, but we are speaking about a virtual carnival. By the way, excuse me, I'm UMAR MUHAMMED if I didn't mention myself, Calypsonian disciple. I have been singing Calypso for 40, in fact, I started singing Calypso at the age of 30, and this year is 43 years since I started singing Calypso. I love Carnival. I love singing Calypso. I have ever since composed all my Calypsos, apart from taking little advice here and there. I love to see the children play mass, the panorama. It's so nice. And Carnival is convenient to a lot of people like food vendors. A lot of people will be losing out, food vendors, masqueraders, competition, and so on and so on. But the fact is, do we really want to have hundreds of victims on our hand, pandemic victims of the COVID-19? Or do we really want to play it cool, practice all the preventions or the regulations, and hoping that we'll get rid of it? If not this year, next year, or whatever it is. Do we really want to sacrifice Carnival or sacrifice any public event where people congregate, fraternize, where they come together to have fun, to be joyful, to be where we are spectators and so on? Well, seeing that we have a pandemic and people are all over the world is affected, people are dying, people are getting sick, so many people are affected, then some people are being taken care of, and you know, but there are people who are dying, there are people who are getting it, right? There are people who are under quarantine and they are being taken care of and they get it over. But the fact is, do people feel nice, happy, joyful, wealthy, healthy when they are sick or when there is such a pandemic? Everybody wants to get away from it. So if we want to get away from it, why are we coming up with something like Carnival as a virtual carnival? This is the question. We want to get away from it, but yet still we want to push it. Is it because of money? Is it because of money? Is it because somebody will lose out? Well, if it's because of money or because of the government of Trinidad and Tobago having that popularity with our carnival, is there such a thing as I do not know of such a thing as a virtual disease? Because this pandemic is virtual, you know, it's virtual to the extent that once you catch it, you can get it over. It can almost kill you. But then the fact is, we are playing with lives. We don't want to almost kill you, because while it can almost kill you or you got away from it, other people are dying. And there is no such thing as a virtual dead man. Once you're dead, you're dead. You're not coming back. So what I'm saying is that let us stop playing games with Carnival. I love Carnival, I love Calypso, I love being in the tent actually singing. We Calypsonians love it. The only thing that I have seen Calypsonians, what Calypsonians did last year, it was very nice. Some of them came on the public media, the TV and so on, and the TV and the extempo, even on the social media. I agree with that. They stay at home and they send out their video and the extempo or otherwise. But having a virtual carnival means to say that we have to be very careful. Can we be virtual with children, whether it be parental guidance or non-parental guidance? Can we be virtual when music is being played and people get emotional? And as we say, some of them want to wine. Our man feel that if he wine on a boomsy, well, he didn't enjoy carnival at all. Can we be virtual when people are drinking? Is there such a thing as a virtual drinker? When a man wants to drink because he's drinking his beer, he's drinking his rum, and then when he gets high, can we be virtual with that? Is there such a person as a virtual drinker? So he will drink almost to get drunk, and whenever he drinks, what happens? What happens? And he gets emotional, right? When there is women and women dressed in a very seductive way, right? And there's rum and there's seductive music, rhythm, tempo. Can we really maintain that virtuality under that kind of condition? What about if we break away and decide to throw all caution to the wind? What will happen, right? Do we want it to be a case like what Sweeting Goat Mouth that we saw in Ibambam? The fact is, if you do not want to be bitten by the fleas, do not go near the puppy. Prevention is better than cure. A burned child dreads the fire. And while it is so many people wouldn't want to be there, they wouldn't want to be in this virtual thing. So this virtual thing, you see, being virtual means that you're almost practicing the thing as how it used to be, as how it should be. You're having a carnival that resembles the real carnival, right? And that means to say that you are playing with a time bomb. You are playing with explosives. You are playing with fire. And the slightest mistake, you can have an explosive pandemic situation in Trinidad and Tobago. And then, knowing that we love our excitement, knowing that we love life, we love to lime and things, we'll have to go right back. We'll have to close down everything. Then the children will have to stop going to school. And knowing the financial distress that the COVID-19 has put us in last year, do we want to go over all this thing again in the name of virtual? Right? My opinion is that we try our very best to cool it. Right? To cool it. Because emotions can go beyond restriction. That will cause violation or don't care action. Then there will be no such thing as virtual pandemic, will come about and so on. And there is no such thing as a disease will make you happy and wealthy. No, we can't. We do not experience that kind of results from a disease. So let us, my opinion as a Calypsonian who has been singing for a long time now, and I commend Calypsonians for not pushing this virtual thing, and also the panmen, right? My opinion about the whole thing is that if we can stay clear off of this virtual thing, put our tail between our legs and just stay quiet and focus our attention on killing this thing or getting rid of this thing. This is my opinion. Yes, some people will say, well, you can't get rid of it and anyhow we take it. But anyhow we take it, it will spread or whatever it is. Prevention is better than cure. It's something we cannot see. It's something we cannot point at and say, look at going there, look at there, look that fella, but look it on him. We can only see the reaction of it when other people sneeze, when other people become sick, when other people die. So why do we want to play with this thing and call it virtual? Or is something playing with our minds? Right? Are we having virtual temptation? Music? And we have to understand the power of music, the power of tempo, the power of excitement, the power of sexual attraction, the power of seduction, illusion, delusion. And then it will all end in a nation in frustration. And you know what happened? I think those same people who crying out, let the carnival go, blah, 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 they in return will turn on and blame the government for not knowing how to pacify or control it when it gets out of hand. That's the kind of people we are, like Trinidadians. We want to do something, and if it fails, well, then we start pointing fingers at one another or pointing fingers at the government. So, Calypsonian disciple, I am saying, my opinion, yes, we can have something brutal in the sense that if a Calypsonian wants to project or display his calypsos on the radio station, yeah. But to have something brutal in the sense that you stay here or we're having a crowd, all right? We want to just be tongue. We want to cause attraction. We want to cause attraction. So when we cause attraction, 1 will come, 2 will come, 3, 4, 5, 6, and eventually we have a crowd, right? And we're not going to draw a circle, many circles around town and say, listen, 5 of us could jump up in here. 5 of us jump up there. Don't cause a circle. When 5 finish, jump up. Well, that's nonsense. It's not like when you go to the supermarket or social distancing. You could tell people about social distancing when a man wants to wine on a boomsy. You could tell people about social distancing when a man gets drunk or when he's drinking rum. As I said before, there is no such thing as a virtual winer, a virtual drinker, a virtual mass player. You even self have people acting with social distancing when soca singing. We know the reaction of soca on the minds of the people, on the emotions of the people, and we want to come up with virtual carnival. We play with fire. I am Calypsonian disciple. That's my opinion about it, and I pray that, because last year I came on the social media and I said, soca artists, cool it, right? Cool it. If you have to bring out your soca, let it not be in such a way to invite people, right, to be jumping up together and getting emotional and running down, to invite people like if nothing is going on, like if there is no pandemic, right? It should be under control. The social media, okay, on TV, okay, but to start to come out in the street to decorate buildings and to give an indication that excitement is about to happen or it is happening, and 1 coming, 2 coming, 3 coming, then you have a crowd and so on. That kind of virtuality, I don't think that would be right. Calypsonian disciple giving his opinion on virtual carnival. Thank you very much.